The greatest form of slavery isn't physical. It's emotional. Not chains on your wrists, but chains on your reactions. Every time you feel the need to be validated, to be loved, to be understood, you surrender a piece of your power. And the Stoics knew this long before it was popular. They didn't seek revenge. They didn't chase applause. They didn't let anger control them, because they understood one timeless law. You will never master the world if you haven't first mastered yourself. In this video, we'll explore how emotional discipline, the lost art of inner control, can turn you from a pawn in other people's games into the one no one can move. Part 1. Why you react is why you're controlled. Most people live on autopilot. They don't respond, they react. A word, a tone, a rejection, a delay. That's all it takes to shake their peace. That's all it takes to own them. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But how many people ignore this? They let their emotions run wild. They become enraged over insults, devastated by silence, desperate when ignored, and they wonder why life feels unstable. The answer is simple. Your emotions are being controlled by everyone but you. Part 2. The world will exploit your lack of control. Understand this. If people can trigger you, they can steer you. If someone knows you'll explode when criticized, they'll provoke you just to watch you burn. If someone knows you'll beg when ignored, they'll withhold just to feel powerful. Insecurity is a leash. Emotional reactivity is a cage. And the world is full of people who know how to pull the strings. You think they're rejecting you? They're testing you. You think they're angry at you? They're manipulating you. The Stoic doesn't flinch. He knows the battlefield isn't out there, it's within. Part 3. What emotional discipline really is. Let's make something clear. Emotional discipline doesn't mean being numb. It means being anchored. It means feeling anger but choosing not to lash out. Feeling sadness but not drowning in it. Feeling love but not being ruled by it. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When you're insulted, you pause. When you're betrayed, you observe. When you're praised, you stay humble. You don't let emotion dictate your action. You choose your response based on clarity, not chaos. That is what separates the ruler from the ruled. That is what separates the manipulated from the unshakable. Part 4. The trap of emotional dependency. Most people build their lives around emotional dependency. They don't admit it, but they crave validation. Their happiness depends on attention. Their peace depends on approval. So they perform. They overgive. They overexplain. They become addicted to pleasing. But the moment someone pulls away, they spiral. They lose sleep. They chase, beg, apologize even when they did nothing wrong. This is not love. This is enslavement. And Stoicism teaches the opposite. You are enough with or without their response. Detach from outcomes. Detach from needing to be understood. Detach from the illusion that someone else holds your worth. Part 5. How the Stoic commands respect. There is a reason the Stoic is feared and followed. He doesn't shout. He doesn't chase. He doesn't explain. He holds his center. And in doing so, makes the chaotic world revolve around him. People respect what they cannot control. And nothing is more threatening to manipulators than a man who doesn't react. When you stop showing need, they panic. When you stop explaining, they question themselves. When you remain still, they expose themselves. Because silence reveals more than words ever could. Part 6. 3 Stoic steps to master emotional control. So how do you become that person? How do you build Stoic power? Start here. Step 1. Pause before emotion becomes reaction. That split second between feeling and acting, that's your kingdom. You feel anger? Breathe. You feel jealousy? Watch it. You feel disrespected? Choose strategy over drama. You don't suppress the emotion. You observe it like a distant wave and let it crash without drowning in it. Step 2. Starve the need for external validation. Praise is a drug. So is attention. And most people are addicts. The Stoic withdraws from the addiction. He does not perform for applause. He does not crumble when unseen. He knows who he is and needs no one to remind him. Step 3. Speak less, observe more. Most people reveal their whole soul in every interaction. The Stoic watches in silence. When others gossip, he listens. When others cry, he doesn't rush to comfort. He studies patterns. He reads intention. Because the more others speak, the more they expose their leverage points. And the less you speak, the more unpredictable and powerful you become. Part 7. Emotional control is freedom. Once you master emotional discipline, life stops feeling like a storm. It becomes a strategy. You no longer chase closure. You create it within. You no longer seek revenge. You let the silence echo longer than anger ever could. You no longer beg to be chosen. You choose yourself every time. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And bravery is not in fighting others. It's in taming your own mind. Imagine how different your life would be if you weren't so easily shaken. If you could hear insults and remain unbothered. If you could walk away from manipulation without guilt. If you could love someone and still leave when they violate your peace. That is real power. And it begins with the decision to feel everything, but be ruled by nothing. Conclusion: become the still force. You don't need to scream to be heard. You don't need to fight to be strong. You don't need to explain to be right. You need only this: master yourself. Be the calm in the storm. Be the mystery in the noise. Be the one they can't provoke, can't guilt, can't move. Because when you hold your peace, you hold your power. And that is the Stoic way. Call to action. If this message struck something in you, if you're tired of being controlled by moods, by others, by need, it's time to reclaim your mind. Like this video to anchor the lesson. Subscribe for more content that trains not just your thoughts, but your spirit. And remember, you are the gatekeeper of your soul, no one else. Silence is your strength. Detachment is your defense. Emotional discipline is your throne. Sit on it.